going on, Jerome's? So it is 2025. So it's a nice number, very even, very OCD like, to talk about the Vikings all quarter century team since the year 2000. Basically, everything after 41 donut is a good rule of thumb. So everything there. So no purple people eaters, no Chris Carter, no John Randall, all that stuff, because focusing on the last 25 years. Also, not many recent players, because players that played in the aughts and the 2010s, they have their full career as a resume, versus players that have been around for a couple of years. But we'll rag at Sports Illustrated, put together the all quarter century team, and kind of agree. I agree. We'll do it up. All right. So first up is offense. Dante Culpepper at quarterback. Now, as Will talks about, Bert Favre had one good year. Sam Darnold had one good year. Well, Bert Favre had one good year and one terrible year. 2010, not so much. The dome collapsed. The freaking dome collapsed. But Dante is the only real answer here, because you could go into the numbers and all this stuff, and it's Dante versus Kurt. And, Dante, he took a team to the NFC title game. 41 donut, but, yeah. And, Dante played at MVP level. Where there's a stretch where Dante was the top 5 quarterback. I don't think you could ever say that about Kirk Cousins, right? So Dante, that's the easy one. So I always do this, because you could dive into the stats and everything and be like, well, Kurt was a better player on Thursdays west of the Mississippi, blah, 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 blah. But not on Tuesdays, for sure. But basically, it's like a Hall of Fame. It's like our Hall of Fame conditions, right? So basically, like, say a name, he's either a Hall of Famer or he's not, right? And Dante or Kurt. Dante. It's pretty easy, right? So Dante is there running back wise. I got Adrian Peterson. So like we said, this is post 41 donut. So, Adrian's the only real choice. No Robert Smith in this one. But Dalvin, Dalvin was really good for a couple years, but he was only here for 6, and he was hurt throughout most of them. So I don't know. Wide receiver, Jefferson, Moss, Thielen. Now you could actually downgrade Moss a little bit, since he was only here for 5 seasons, but there's some pretty good 5 seasons during the last 25 years. Jefferson, that's how good he's been through 5 seasons. Adam, Jerome, Ezekiel, Thielen. Yes, you could put Diggs, sure, but yeah. Tight end Kyle Rudolph. Now, a couple things here. You could go Vasant Shanko, who's really. Remember, it was Vasante for so long, but then he's like, my name is Vasant, so now it's Vasant. Yeah, Hawkinson, maybe, but what about Jimmy Kleinsasser? Come on, man, Jim Kleinsasser. Come on, baby, let's go. Offensive tackles. So he listed McKinney and Darrisaw, so 2 left tackles, or one was playing right tackle. Brian McKinney, physically, if you just wanted it more, like if you took the game seriously, McKinney could have been Anthony Munoz. He could have been one of the best left tackles of all time, right? But physically, his size, his athleticism, his feet, like he had ballerina feet at 6'8", 360 pounds, right? Darrisaw, he's been hurt, but I would go Darrisaw slightly over McKinney if we're going strictly left tackle. Right tackle, the real deal, Brian O'Neill. It'd be pretty easy over guys like Phil Lodeholt, etc. And then interior offensive line, Hutch, Burke, David Dixon. Now, he talks about here, I would actually go Joe Berger, because you can make a good case that Joe Berger was the best Vikings guard since Steve Hutchinson, right? During the 2010s, like Berger, massively underrated. Really underrated player, man. But Hutch, yes, absolutely. Burke, Burke is really damn good. But also he didn't have that full stretch during the last 25 years. You could make a good case for Sully in this spot, but David Dixon, I go Berger. I give it to Berger. It's going to be Will Fries eventually, but I would go Berger there. Defense, Kevin Williams, Pat Williams, Williams Wall. Oh, yeah, the Star Caps case is still pending, by the way. It's funny, man. But, yeah, that was a very easy choice there. Then edge rusher, Jared Allen, Daniil Hunter. Now, Vikings have had some good edges. You could go Everson in this spot. You could go Brian Robinson in this spot. But yeah, just name value wise, Jared Allen, Danielle Hunter, yes, absolutely. Even though they spent a portion of their career here. I mean, Danielle's that freaking guy, and Jared Allen, HOF, absolutely. Off-ball linebacker. So Greenway and Kendricks. So they actually spent some of their career together. The end of Greenway is at the beginning of Kendricks, but ball machines. They're just fantastic, man. You could consider Barr. You could consider Ben Lieber in there too, but Greenway and Kendricks easily 1 and 2. There you go. Safety, Harrison Smith. So spent his entire career in this window of the last 25 years. Seems like he's been there forever. He should be HOF, but we'll see. Corey Chavis, draft nasty. I mean, Corey Chavis was a bad dude, man. He was a former cornerback at Arizona for the Cardinals. Was it Vanderbilt? I want to say he's like a second-round pick, and then became a draft analyst. Draft nasty. But also, guys like Anthony Harris. I mean, Anthony Harris was a UDFA for Virginia. And then rose up and played on the franchise tag for 1 season. Beasley overachieved, but only played his rookie deal here. Metellus, you could definitely consider him here long-term. There you go. Cornerbacks. So this is good. Because, frankly, I think these 3 guys might be some of the best corners in team history. So, Winfield Sr., yes. Xavier Rhodes. I mean, if you're going by absolute peak, Xavier Rhodes was your guy. But he just couldn't stay healthy. Seems like every time he gave up a big play, he got hurt. It is what it is. The Murphy Jr. I mean, Murph is really underrated. Frankly, he should have been second-team All-Pro last year at least, and he led the league in quarterback interceptions last year. Murph is good. People don't respect Murph like they should, but Murph is really damn solid. So, those 3 corners, I have no issues there. I mentioned Cedric Griffin, Brian Williams, the NBC Nightly News, and then Trey Waynes, who's big buck hunter now. Good times, man. Special teams. So Longwell, Kluwe. No matter what you think of Kluwe, I mean, punting wise, like he was the best over the last 25 years. Respect. Longwell. I mean, just give him a chance to kick that field goal, Favre. Come on. I still have issues. Yeah. Return wise, Cordero Patterson, best kick return in the National Football League history. The marvelous Marcus Sherrills, probably John Marshall High School, Minnesota Golden Gophers. I mean, Sherrills, for a time, besides Hester, Sherrills was the second best punt returner in the National Football League. He was just massively disrespected all the time. People tried to replace him all the time. Nah. Then special teamer Heath Farwell. Yes. You could talk about Metellus or CJ Ham. More recently, you could talk about, hey, Najee Thompson was supposed to be that guy. But yeah, Farwell, CJ, Metellus. Oh, by the way, CJ Ham is the best fullback. Or you'll put Kleinsasser, since he played more of an H-back, but they didn't list fullback here. But other than that, sort of picking nits here, but it's kind of fun. Look, the last 25 years right in my wheelhouse of Vikings fandom. And, I mean, these freaking names, man. I love it. Anyways, your thoughts are thoughts. Sports Illustrated, 25-year of all Vikings team. Let us know your thoughts. Our thoughts, comment section. You guys are the best to do. Skol, production value.